winners over Lyon in the Emirates Cup finale that has going to be played at the Emirates. And it has been an exciting game, as I told you, in the match a day live, that I don't expect Arsenal to obviously go gung-ho onto this side of Lyon. And most of you are like, they're going to score 5. I knew to it that this team of Lyon is really not going to open up like you saw how Bayern Leverkusen really opened up. And the reason as to why Bayern Leverkusen really conceded very many goals, because that Xavi Alonso believes in playing what we call an open game. You know, something that the coach of Lyon doesn't really believe in. He believes into playing what we call a low block and then hit you on the break, though it never really came to pass. But the side of Sargi, that is the manager of Lyon, has not going to obviously get annihilation from the side of Arsenal. And if at all you know that Arsenal can really take you even to 10 goals if you don't really close down very well. Let's see close to 300 likes much on this video, and don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and we're here with the match reaction. And it has been Saliba, obviously, with a header in the 9th minute. Then it was 18 minutes later, Gabriel in the same spot, same corner, same style, went ahead, obviously head that ball into the back of the net through a set piece delivered by Declan Rice. That's how everything will ahead to pan out into this beautiful game of football. That's how Arsenal really do the needful. And before I really take you to what my positive picks were and negative picks were, let me show you what the stats were. 16 shots by Arsenal. Lyon had 8 shots. Out of the 16, Arsenal had 6 on target, meaning that they are really short by 2 to obviously be having half of the total shots on target, equaling to, the total shots on target doubling to the total shots that they directed the goal of Lyon. And Lyon had 2 shots on target. 56% ball possession by Arsenal. Lyon had 44% ball possession. 422 passes completed by Arsenal. Then Lyon 351 passes. 88% passing accuracy by Arsenal. Lyon had 77% passing accuracy. Then 4 fouls for Arsenal, and Lyon committed 5. No yellow cards issued to any sides, no red cards issued to any sides. 4 offsides to Arsenal, all for Arsenal, and 1 offside for Lyon, and 12 corners for Arsenal and 2 corners for the side of Lyon. And it shows you that Arsenal is really one of those teams that has gone to elevate or graduate in really doing what we call scoring from set pieces. Last season, they scored 20 goals plus in the Premier League from set pieces, and this time round they found themselves in a position of really understanding the assignment. And if at all you understand the assignment like Arsenal, you have to find very many ways of obviously killing off the game. And if at all this is confirmed to be one of the ways, then you just have to give it the best concentration possible. And I think Nicolas Jova has been really very, very celebrating for him, because this is his job. And every time Arsenal scores in a set piece, you see to it that Nicolas Jova and Mikel Arteta celebrate together. And Arteta just points at him and tells him, please, you are the orchestrator of all this. And we did it on training, and in the game, it has gone to obviously bear fruits that have gone to see Arsenal really score very many goals. And I believe with the addition of people like Carafiori and people like what's the name of this other guy, Merino, who is set to come into the club of Arsenal, I tell you what, all will be done and dusted, and Arsenal will score more and more and more and more goals through set pieces. So that is the biggest positive I've gone ahead obviously say in this game of football, as Arsenal has gone ahead obviously score set pieces, and that is really great. It reminds me, do you remember that game where Arsenal came up and obviously beat, was it Bournemouth, by 6 goals to 0? And then Declan Rice had, like, I think we had 3 assists or 4 into that game, and most of them were courtesy of the set plays of Arsenal. And I think in that game Saliba scored, Gabriel scored, there is someone else who scored, and it was courtesy of Declan Rice into the making. So for me, I believe Arsenal really moving forward. Then the other positive is Arsenal have gone ahead to keep a clean sheet. You know, in the game they played against Liverpool, they never kept a clean sheet. In the game they played against Manchester United, they never kept a clean sheet. In the game they played against Bournemouth, they never kept a clean sheet. And even in the game they played against Bayer Leverkusen on Wednesday this week, they never kept a clean sheet. This time around, they've gone ahead to keep a clean sheet. But we all know why they've gone ahead to keep a clean sheet. The reason is simple. What's the reason? Saliba and Gabriel into that central defense, playing the lion's share of the minutes, and they've not gone ahead obviously gate or give the young ones a chance. And that was like, these players need to get these minutes in, and the moment they got the minutes in, all was okay and all was well for the side of Arsenal. And Arsenal is the team that kept the most number of clean sheets last season. You remember that very well. And in number, they were 15, 16, one of those, either 15 or 16. So it shows you that Arsenal is coming in through to obviously understand that clean sheets win trophies and goals win matches. And if they base on that principle, they don't need to concede very many goals as they really did last season. You get? There are games where Arsenal would have gone ahead to keep a clean sheet, but they couldn't because of their composure and maybe the mistakes that they really did. You remember like the game of Spurs that ended 3-2. Arsenal scored 3 goals in the first half. Spurs pulled one back through a mistake of David Raya, and then Declan Rice obviously kicking the player of Spurs in the mixer. And guess what? The referee pointed into the spot and it was a penalty conceded. So it shows you that if Arsenal keeps keeping many clean sheets, with the composure and experience they've gonna hit obviously gate, nothing is really gonna stop them from obviously really being the favorites or competing for the title. But I liked the entire team of Arsenal, especially that starting 11, and it's like gonna be unchanged for the team that Arteta is really gonna be fielding when they're really taking on the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday. That is next Saturday on the 16th. That's when Arsenal really opening up their account of really competing for the Premier League title. So let's talk about Riccardo Carafiori. I think we've now all gotten to know why Mikel Arteta was not in the mood to obviously get him onto the pitch, because he looked rusty. He has not yet gone ahead to fit in, but he has shown us a bit of his qualities, like how he really inverts, into the midfield, and how he obviously creates moments each and every time he's really having on the ball. But he really looked very, very, very unfit, I tell you. He really looked very, very, very unfit. So, in so doing, of him looking very unfit, it was sending a message to us all that all those that we are requesting him to obviously come in through and really play a part into the game of Liverpool, the game of Bayer Leverkusen, that it was really too early, because even today it looked really bad, and I don't know how he's really gonna really cope up with the side of us. And that means the manager is really gonna really make him have some time to settle into the club and do the needful. I've always told you that Arsenal has always gonna obviously go ahead and spend big on players from the Premier League, because they know exactly what it means. These players know how to play in the Premier League and they easily fit into the club of Arsenal, right? But players that really come outside of the Premier League, sometimes most of them have gone ahead to come in and really struggle a little bit. Carafiori really looked not good, and he's a very good player. That is it. Because when I say he never looked good, most of you will be like, Rokani, you said that player does not look good. It's not good for Arsenal. Please quote me right and don't put your words into my mouth, because I've got to really rectify mine. I've said he never looked good today, but that doesn't deprive him of being a very good player as Riccardo Carafiori. So that is what Carafiori had to offer today. And Saliba and Gabriel really scoring goals today together takes you to a notice of what the season they really had in the previous 2023-2024 season. When you look at William Saliba, he came up and really put in a very huge performance. He played all the 38 games last season with 2 goals and 1 assist. That is William Saliba for you, meaning that last season he got in 2 goals, and if at all he can really increase 3 to those, or add 3 to those to make it 5, I think that will be really great. You understand? And for Gabriel Magalhaes, let's see how many goals he scored. Gabriel Magalhaes played 36 games and he scored 4 goals last season in the Premier League, and that is Gabriel Magalhaes for you. So if at all they can really get 10 goals from that centre-back pairing of Arsenal, I think it will do them justice and it will really aid them well into the competition with Man City to obviously win the title, because sometimes your strikers won't score. Sometimes your wide forwards who are fond of scoring won't score. And who is really going to come in through to score? It will be your center forward. It will be your defender. Now, let's go into the player ratings. David Raya, he was on a holiday and it looked like he had even a mattress in his goal area because nothing threatening came to him. That is it. 7 out of 10. Ben White, 7.5 out of 10. Zinchenko, 7 out of 10. Saliba, 9 out of 10. Gabriel Magalhaes, 9 out of 10. Then Partey, 8.5 out of 10. Declan Rice, 8 out of 10. By the way, Rice really looked better than how he looked last time. He really looked a more aggressive guy than how he was last time when Arsenal last played. You understand? Then Odegaard, 7.5 out of 10. There is something still lacking in Martin Odegaard, but he was releasing the number 9 very well and his wide forwards very well, and there is a shot that he really directed at goal from that cutback coming from Zinchenko in the left inside tunnel, and it resulted into what we call a corner for Arsenal. Then we saw Bukayo Saka, lively, 7.5 out of 10. Then Martinelli, 7 out of 10. And Kai Havertz, 7.5 out of 10. The substitutes that came in through Jesus, 7 out of 10. Who else came on? Carafiori, 6.5 out of 10. He never really looked good, by the way. He was one of the worst performers on the field of play, but he just needs some time. Then Kivio, 6.5 out of 10. Trossard, 7 out of 10. Jorginho, 6.5 out of 10. West Nelson, 6 out of 10. Lewis Kelly, 7 out of 10. And Nwaneri, 7.5 out of 10. And for me, my man of the match is William Saliba. William Saliba, and I'm waiting for who your man of the match was. But I really loved the match, and I hope you guys really loved the encounter that really came in through to put in a very big shift to obviously keep us busy in this evening. And remember, this is what we call the eye opener, of the league. And yesterday, United played Man City. City won via penalties. Today, Arsenal is going to play. Chelsea have also going to play their last game. I think that's going to end 1-1. Liverpool is going to win by 4-1. So, all teams are really set to play. And Tottenham played their last game of the preseason yesterday, and they lost to the side called Bayern Munich. It was the Club Cup, and we wait for their services where they're really opening up via the next weekend. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. We sign out for now. See you later, and we call upon for your reactions into the comment section below. I'm out. Bye-bye.